2025. Madam Chair, on this note, I want to thank you for the opportunity given to me, and I wish us all a fruitful deliberation.
Keep clapping for him until he sits. And I have a lineup of partners on my list. When they are coming, we clap for them to get here, and then we also clap them out to their seats. Next on my list is Dr. Emmanuel Akwete, Executive Director of IDEG.
Thank you very much. Madam Chair, Madam Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Vice Chancellor of the esteemed university, my alma mater as well. We are here to give a brief remarks, but which is linked to what we want to do tomorrow. We tend to be very focused on issues that are topical but are also transformational. And so as I stand here, I just want you to remember that we have a new government in, and one of the important things that we expect the new government to do is to strengthen our democracy, transform our local government system, and make sure that the Fourth Republic is delivering the development goods to all categories of persons. The unique blend of multi-party democracy and non-party-based democracy has seen its 32nd year, probably 33rd this year. And there have been issues about whether the local government system is delivering. The expectations are high, and I do recall that last year's New Year School, our current President of the Republic attended the New Year School, especially this section that dealt with local government reforms, and which also had IDEG leading that. And in the conversation we had, he said clearly that his party, then he was a candidate, his party has as its main objective or major objective to strengthen a non-partisan election of MMDCEs. As we all know, they are not elected now. They are appointed, except MMDCEs. And that generated a number of questions and discussions. But now, since he's been elected president, much more is expected of the government that he leads. And it involves critically asking the question, will the election of MMDCs on what we call non-partisan basis, meaning political parties are not involved, would that transform local government, make it inclusive, make it heavily development-oriented, and probably make us see that for the first time since 1992, turnout in local government elections will be higher than we've had in the last 32 years, average 35%. Unfortunately, this year, we've also seen the lowest of turnouts, between 63 and 64%. And what does that mean? Our citizens' disappointment with how we've delivered services to them and fulfilled their aspirations, are they extending that to the national? This is a subject we would like to discuss in the segment that begins tomorrow afternoon. So I just mentioned them to whet your appetite. I think I would like you all to be curious and attend our session. And for that matter, I would like to be brief by telling you that it will be thrilling, but come and participate in a transformational conversation tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Doc. We will now move to the Managing Director of GCB Bank PLC, Mr. John Kofi Adomako. Let's receive him.
Madam Chairperson, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, please permit me to stand on existing protocols. Right? The presence of such a distinguished gathering of leaders, experts, and innovators here gathered today reminds me of the popular quote, "If you are the smartest person in a room, you are in the wrong room." Looking around, I can confidently say I am in exactly the right room. It is an honor. It is an honor to welcome you all to the 75th Annual New Year School and Conference. Let me start by wishing everyone a happy and prosperous New Year. This occasion signifies not only the beginning of a new year, but also a renewed chance for collaboration, innovation, and progress towards the Ghana we all envision. I would like to take the opportunity to warmly congratulate His Excellency, the President, and Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, on a successful election. Your leadership and dedication to Ghana's development inspires us all, and we look forward to continuing progress under your guidance. I stand before you at this year's New Year School and Conference with great humility and an unwavering commitment to Ghana's future. For 76 years, this forum has shaped national policy and served as a crucible for bold ideas and have moved our nation forward. Today, as we convene under the theme, Attaining the 5 P's of Sustainable Development for a Resilient Ghana, the urgency to act and innovate has never been greater than now. In an era of global uncertainties, from pandemics to climate change, Ghana rises to the challenge with clear priorities. The 5 P's, people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership, demand action, investing in education and healthcare, adopting sustainable practices, driving innovation, promoting inclusivity, and forging effective collaborations. These pillars define the transformative agenda needed to secure our nation's future. As the Managing Director of GCB Bank, your bank, your bank for life, yes, exactly. As the Managing Director of GCB Bank and the President of the Ghana Association of Banks, I bring not just the perspective of a financial leader, but also a deep-rooted belief that Ghana is well endowed in all it needs to achieve greatness. If we make deliberate and practical choices. Globally, we have seen how nations like Rwanda have leveraged technology and public-private partnerships to become a hub of innovation, while countries like Vietnam have prioritized small businesses to develop them to drive economic growth. For Ghana, this means fostering closer collaboration between government and private institutions to modernize our transport networks, such as public-private partnerships to improve our railway systems, expand renewable energy access to solar mini grids in rural areas, and drive digital transformation through initiatives like the e-government services. By channeling these global lessons into local solutions tailored to our unique needs, we can empower small businesses, attract investments, and create opportunities that benefit all Ghanaians. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, people are the heartbeat of any nation. It is possible, it is people that set the agenda. And Ghana is blessed with a vibrant, youthful population with 57 under the age of 25. The demographic is not just a statistic. It is a wellspring of potential. However, untapped potential can easily become a liability. Youth unemployment, currently at 21.4%, presents a significant challenge to our development goals. Our approach to education and
Hello.
Hello. Thank you. Our approach to education and skills development must be reviewed. Countries like Singapore and Germany have excelled in linking education directly to industry needs, creating pathways from classrooms to careers. In Ghana, this means a pivot from rote learning to innovation-driven education is necessary. Partnerships between academia and industry must move beyond MOUs to initiatives that equip students with skills for the fourth industrial revolution. At GCB Bank, we have taken the right steps to bridge this gap by partnering with institutions like the University of Ghana to promote financial literacy and entrepreneurship training programs tailored to emerging sectors like fintechs and agritech. Moreover, addressing gender disparities is non-negotiable. Countries that prioritize gender equity, like again Rwanda, have seen marked improvements in governance and economic productivity. Ghana has taken significant steps in this direction, most notably, ladies and gentlemen, with the historic appointment of our first female vice president. This is a powerful reminder of what is possible when we break barriers and create opportunities for women to lead. While this milestone deserves celebration, it must serve as a foundation, not a ceiling. Ghana's progress in gender equity must be deepened by empowering women at every level in education, entrepreneurship, and leadership. By doing so, we ensure that the success we applaud today becomes the norm for tomorrow. Our planet, the future of our planet is inseparable from the future of our nation. In Ghana, rising temperatures, coastal erosion, and illegal mining or galamsey are not abstract issues, but existential crises that threaten livelihoods and food security. We must be bold and uncompromising. Countries like Costa Rica have demonstrated the power of national reforestation programs, turning environmental crises into opportunities for growth and ecotourism. Ghana's Green Ghana campaign is a step in the right direction, but we should scale up by integrating technology. Imagine drones monitoring deforestation or AI optimizing waste recycling to fuel our industries. Picture a Ghana where the waste becomes wealth through technology-enabled recycling hubs that create jobs while protecting our environment. We talk of prosperity. Distinguished guests, prosperity is not just about GDP growth. It is equitable opportunities, shared wealth, and economic dignity for all. Ghana's fintech revolution holds enormous promise. Mobile money transactions have surged to 1.9 trillion cedis, reflecting innovation's potential to transform lives. However, this transformation has yet to fully reach rural communities, SMEs, and underserved populations. Many small businesses in rural areas still lack access to the digital tools and financial services they need to scale. While underserved populations remain excluded from opportunities created by Ghana's fintech revolution. The gap is undeniable and must be bridged with deliberate policies and targeted investments. At GCB Bank, we are tackling these challenges head-on by extending financial services to remote areas, empowering SMEs and accessible digital platforms, and championing financial inclusion initiatives that leave no Ghanaian behind. Transformation is only meaningful when it is inclusive and far-reaching, touching every corner of our nation. In countries like Kenya, the M-Pesa platform has become a lifeline for farmers and traders. Ghana can replicate this success by fostering an ecosystem where every citizen, regardless of geography, has access to financial tools that empower them. However, economic empowerment is incomplete without security. Rising cybercrime threatens the digital economy. Robust regulatory frameworks and cross-sector collaborations are crucial to protect innovations like digital commerce, where fostering cross-border trade through the African Continental Free Trade Area. True prosperity means that Ama, the trader, can scale up her business through digital platforms. Kojo, the farmer, can access fair markets, and Zainab, the seamstress, can save for her children's future, all because the systems we create work for every Ghanaian. Peace is the bedrock of all progress, as has already been said. Ghana's recent peaceful transition to power reaffirmed our status as a beacon of democracy on the continent. This stability is a precious asset. This stability is a precious asset that sets us apart, attracting investors and fostering development. However, peace cannot be taken for granted. Rising inequality, corruption, and weak institutions are threats that require urgent attention. Good governance, ethical leadership, and the rule of law must become non-negotiable pillars for our society. Partnerships, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the scale of Ghana's ambitions cannot be realized in silos. The 5 P's demand collaboration across public and private sectors, civil society and academia. Public-private partnerships can be instrumental in driving progress, like in Brazil, collaboration with private firms to modernize its agricultural sector, transform the country into a global food powerhouse. For Ghana, this means similar partnerships to modernize transport, infrastructure, development, digital commerce, and boost renewable energy. The African Continental Free Trade Area is a game changer to position Ghana as a global hub. We must strengthen partnerships with neighboring countries to harmonize trade regulations, invest in cross-border infrastructure, and digitize trade processes. Local collaboration between government and private institutions must prioritize SMEs and local industries.
I decree.
At the grassroots level, civil society and academia must engage communities to ensure the development is inclusive and leaves no one behind. By leveraging local knowledge, private regional networks, and global resources, Ghana can create partnerships that drive transformational change. Ladies and gentlemen, achieving the 5 P's, planet, people, prosperity, peace, and partnership, requires bold action and a collective responsibility. Ghana has shown the world that peaceful transitions of power are possible, that resilience is part of our DNA, and that greatness is within reach. But the future we desire will not come by chance. It will come by choice. This is not a theoretical exercise. It is a mandate for action. The Ghana we envision is not a distant dream. It is within our grasp. On this note, I wish you deliberations, fruitful deliberations, and wish you the very best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MD of GCB Bank PLC. Thank you. I now have the singular honor of inviting Dr. Suleimanu Kone, CEO of Ghana Chamber of Mines. Please, we clap until he gets here. Don't forget this.
Good morning to all of us. Good morning. The chairperson, Mrs. Mary Chinwe Hesse, also the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Your Excellency Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfo, Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Nananum, faculty members of the University of Ghana and other tertiary institutions, friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored to address this distinguished gathering at the 76th Annual New Year School and Conference. This forum is one of national significance, having shaped critical discourse and policies over its remarkable history. I commend the University of Ghana, our nation's premier academic institution, for its unwavering commitment to hosting this transformational event. I am confident that the deliberations over the coming days will enrich our collective pursuit of the sustainable development of our dear nation. The theme for this year's Annual New Year School and Conference, Attaining the 5 P's of Sustainable Development for a Resilient Ghana, reflects the raison d'etre of the Ghana Chamber of Mines. In nearly a century of existence, the Ghana Chamber of Mines has been at the forefront of promoting sustainable mining by ensuring that the country's mineral wealth is harnessed in a socially and environmentally friendly and responsible manner. By its very nature, mining intersects with each pillar of the Sustainable Development Goals, that is planet, people, prosperity, peace, and partnership. This sector therefore holds immense potential to catalyze Ghana's advancement towards achieving the SDGs. The history of human civilization, as we all know, underscores the vital role of the mining industry in driving human progress and global advancement. From the ancient hunter-gatherer tribes utilizing stones as tools to modern space exploration, mining has been a cornerstone vocation, providing space exploration, providing essential raw materials that anchor transformative innovations. The intertwined relationship between mining and the evolution of modern societies highlights our forebears' success in harnessing the outputs of the mining industry to meet their needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own, a fundamental principle of sustainable development. Several of our producing member companies, including Goldfields, Asante Gold, Shirano, Anglo Gold Ashanti, Drapim, and Golden Star Wasa, have successfully retained portions of their mine-out concessions to their pre-mining state. This is envisioned and evidenced by the reclaimed area's ability to sustain native fauna and flora. Again, most of the Chamber's producing members are implementing carbon reduction strategies as part of the broad initiative to combat climate change. The notable projects include Volta River Authority's 30 megawatts peak Kalio solar project and the proposed 50 megawatts peak with Newmont as the anchor clients, respectively. One of the widely discussed benefits of mining is the revenue that accrues to the government. In Ghana, these revenues are the largest source of taxes for the state. In 2023, for example, the large-scale mining sector contributed over 11.6 billion Ghana cedis in taxes, which translates into 23% of direct domestic revenue mobilized by the Ghana Revenue Authority. These fiscal flows embody the most potent pathway to distribute the country's mineral wealth in a manner that alleviates poverty and promotes inclusive development. Moreover, the supply of goods and services to mining companies by local entities, which was worth $3.1 billion in 2023, further expands the value associated with mining to households and other micro actors in the economy. In addition to employment creation, these direct and induced benefits also propel tailwinds that lift our people out of poverty. Further, the Chamber and its members prioritize partnerships with mining communities, governments, and other stakeholders to ensure that mining yields win-win outcomes. Our inability, Madam Chair, to abate the menace of illegal mining does not connote that it is an unsolvable problem. And I want to repeat that. Our inability to abate the menace of illegal mining does not connote that it is an unsolvable problem. In our view, it largely reflects policy failure and lack of political will to enforce the country's laws that govern the ASM sector. In the last few years, for example, Tanzania has become a stellar illustration of a country that has been able to reform its ASM sector to contribute to sustainable development. This feat was largely achieved on the back of a co-regulation model, making it one of the few countries where the government has complete oversight over the entire continuum of activities in that segment of our industry. The model entails the assignment of mining professionals certified by the mining sector regulator to small-scale miners as part of the licensing process. Effectively, the recommendation is that until you have certified professionals as part of your team, you have no business doing any form of mining, including large-scale mining. Ghana can draw valuable lessons from this model, as such reforms do not only enhance oversight, but also create meaningful employment opportunities. As I bring my remarks to a close, I implore the freshly minted government to reset the nation's approach to addressing the menace of illegal mining and optimize the ASM sector's full potential. On our part, as a chamber, we are available to partner with the government and other stakeholders to leverage our expertise to abate the menace and position ASM and indeed the large-scale mining sector as a driver of sustainable development. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I'm grateful for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kony. Thank you. Please keep clapping until he takes his seat. We are going to grade you with respect to the clapping, so please take note. I now invite Alhaji Yusuf Ibrahim, Chairman of Dar es Salaam Group of Companies, and Alhaji is here with his wife, Mrs. Rabi Ibrahim. Please give us a wave.
Yes. Madam Chairperson, the Honorable Vice President of Ghana, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will stand here on the already established protocol for this other gathering to deliver my remarks. It is both an honor and a privilege to address you today as we gather for the 76th Annual Year School and Conference. This is no ordinary gathering, for it marks a significant moment in our collective journey towards sustainable development, guided by the inspiring spirit and theme, that is, attaining the 5 P's of sustainability and development for a reliant and resilient Ghana. That is, people, planet, posterity, peace, and partnership. This theme is not just a roadmap for Ghana, it is a call to action, a call for us to rethink how we live, how we govern, and how we collectively bargain to our own survivors, and also to ensure that our nation not only survives, but strives in an ever-evolving world. People are the foundation of any sustainable development effort, and as a nation, our shared resilience depends on the well-being of our education. Employment of every Ghanaian is also our priority. My journey, starting from humble beginning with secondary education at Ahmadiyya Secondary School, to founding and leading the Dar es Salaam Group of Companies, thus has shown me that the most valuable investment any society can make is in its people. Providing access to quality education, healthcare, and basic necessities are essential, not optional. Through the creation of the Osagyefo International School, I have seen a first-hand how education can transform not just individuals, but entire community. To adapt to a challenging global landscape, we must focus on skill development, enhance mental health and awareness, and also to support our most vulnerable in the society, particularly women and children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, by empowering individuals, we create a strong foundation for social progress. Ghana's natural resources are among our most valuable assets, from our vibrant forests to our fertile lands. We hold a rich legacy that we must protect. However, with climate change posing a threat to our ecosystem, agriculture, and livelihood, it is crucial that we take action immediately. By embracing sustainable agricultural methods, promoting afforestation, and adopting renewable energy, we can lower our carbon footprint while fulfilling our energy needs. At our other company, the African Transformers Limited, we have shown how to utilize local energy solutions that can promote sustainability. Let us keep in mind that protecting our planet is not just about conservation. It is also about creating opportunities for future generations. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, economic prosperity should now be both inclusive and sustainable. It is also sufficient to simply look at our growth, and we need to ensure that this growth benefits all parts of the society, while also protecting the environment. At Dar es Salaam Estate, we are focused on innovative housing solutions that cater not only to urban elites, but also to middle and lower income families. Likewise, the promotion of green energy solutions at Busi and Stevenson Limited demonstrates how prosperity and sustainability can go hand in hand. To foster economic resilience, we must invest in entrepreneurship and create more job opportunities and adopt technology innovation that harmonize growth with ecological responsibility. Without peace, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, progress is not attainable. A peaceful society serves as the foundation for all ambitions. Peace encourages trust, promotes trade, and stimulates creativity. Effective governance, transparency, and accountability are essential for maintaining social harmony and addressing conflict. My extensive experience in different roles, including advising international organizations such as the African Development Bank, has highlighted the significance of their institutions and equitable policies in upholding peace. Ultimately, suitable development requires a collective effort, collaboration among government, the private sector, civil society, and international partners. Crucial for realizing the 5 Ps. In my role as chairman of various boards, including Presidential Committee on the UDS Endowment Fund, I witnessed firsthand how working together can lead to transformative outcomes. This partnership allows us to combine resources, exchange knowledge, and expand solutions to address national challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, my life stands as a testimony to the strength of resilience from establishing to commercial institutions such as Meridian Bank, GT Bank, and my journey to showcase the power of perseverance, the importance of collaboration, and transformative nature of vision and foresight. As we embrace the 5 Ps, I encourage every Ghanaian to cultivate a mindset of resilience and innovation. Let us boldly envisage a Ghana where no one is left behind, where our planet is very valued, and where our peace, prosperity are within reach for all. As we move forward, let us remember that sustainability is a journey and not a destination. It requires continuous effort, constant learning, and encouragement to make difficult decisions. But I'm confident that with our resilience, willingness to adopt technology, and commitment to 5 Ps, the cornerstone of our vision for a sustainable, inclusive, and thriving future, we can create a better future for all Ghanaians. Before I take my seat, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there is one organization I would like to mention to the Vice President here because of their effort in really sustaining the economic welfare of Ghanaian businesses. That is GARIA. GARIA is an organization that really revives the companies that are in coma to get back on their feet, to enable them to continue paying their taxes to the government and waking up and making employment opportunities for those who don't have it. So, Madam Vice President, this is my just reminder for this organization. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Alhaji. We keep clapping until he takes his seat. Thank you. We will now take the second musical interlude from the Ghana Police Band. Let's acknowledge them. That was very succinct and refreshing. Thank you very much, Ghana Police Band. Madam Chair, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our keynote addresses. We have two keynote addresses. And to do the first one for us is Dr. Emmanuel Edusa Akodie, Group Chairman of CDH Financial Holdings. We have a detailed profile on him in the brochure, together with all the partners that came here to speak. For the sake of time, let's now receive Dr. Emmanuel Edusa Akodie to come.
Madam Chairperson and Chancellor of the University, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Vice Chancellor, permit me to stand on the established protocols to abridge time. On behalf of Ghana Employers Association, I would like to thank the University of Ghana for the rare privilege offered the association to participate in the 76th Annual New Year School and Conference on this important and all-encompassing topic of sustainable development. Events like this highlight the power of shared ideas and collaboration. And as one writer puts it, one good conversation can change the narrative. I must also commend the university leadership for continuing this long tradition, which offers a unique platform for policymakers and academia, employers, and people from all walks of life to meet, deliberate, and take action on governance, economic, social, environmental, and other key issues that confront our dear nation, Ghana. Madam Chair, permit me to use the platform to congratulate His Excellency the President on his resounding victory in the just ended elections, as well as Madam Vice President. Congratulations. Employers of Ghana look forward to working with you to formulate and implement the bold initiatives that you have set out to achieve for the nation. And to respond to the NAT people, the tripartite, we are ready. And when it's time to negotiate, we will set a good minimum price. Thank you. Madam Chair, the theme for this year's conference, Attaining the 5 P's of Sustainable Development for a Resilient Ghana, People, Planet, Prosperity, Peace Partnership, could not be more apt. These pillars highlight the interconnectedness of economic progress, environmental sustainability, social equity, and peace, which are essential for fostering long-term stability and prosperity. Currently, Ghana finds itself at a pivotal moment in history, facing both significant challenges and immense opportunities. A good indicator of our collective performance in attaining the 5 P's is measured by the combined achievement of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. According to the 2024 SDG Index, Ghana ranks 117th out of the 166 countries, highlighting the urgent need to accelerate progress towards achieving sustainable development. It's at this juncture that the 4 themes delivered by His Excellency the President during his inaugural speech to reposition Ghana on the path of recovery and prosperity align perfectly with the 5 P's framework. Also, the themes of restoring and stabilizing the macroeconomic environment and improving business and investment climate resonate deeply with employers of Ghana. Madam Chair, achieving the 5 P's necessitates a multi-pronged approach. And as a leader of a business organization, we would like to share the following. Madam Chair, a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to meet with a senior public official, and it struck me that I had once taught this person in Form 1 of secondary school. This realization of how education elevated this former student of mine made me reflect on the fact that the larger share of the work required to attain the 5 P's of sustainable development of a resilient Ghana lies in developing the skills of the younger generation upon whose shoulders the future of this country will rest. This further motivated me to engage some young people on their preparedness for the future of work, particularly on emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, unmanned automated vehicles, robotics, and space exploration. Our discussion revealed a concerning gap between knowledge and action. When asked why they were not building these technologies despite understanding them, their silence was telling. And this made me ask if Ghana will be able to successfully achieve and even surpass the targets set under Agenda 2030 for the 5 P's. Again, this led me to ask the following 4 nagging questions. Where are we now? Where are we going? When will we get there? And how will we get there? Where are we now? To explore this question, I compared the top 10 companies in Ghana to the top 10 companies in the world. The comparison highlights a stark difference. The top companies are primarily technology and microprocessor firms, driving the 5th industrial revolution. In contrast, Ghana's economy is dominated by mining, banking, and telecom sectors tied to the second and third industrial revolutions. In the past, the technologies that spearheaded industrial revolutions were proprietary and owned by large companies. Today, we live in an era of open source technology where schematics, documentation, and technical know-how for building AI-powered software and smart devices, among others, are readily available on the internet. However, there are very few opportunities to create such innovations because the country's focus remains entrenched on building infrastructure and in supporting the mining and extractive sectors, which are old school. These industries employ relatively a small portion of the workforce. Therefore, if we consider where we are headed, it is clear that our pace towards the fourth and fifth industrial revolution is considerably slow. But can we get there? Yes. Nations like the UAE, Singapore, and Taiwan showcase successful transitions. The UAE shifted from oil to tourism. Singapore built a robust manufacturing economy, and Taiwan excelled in semiconductors. For Ghana, breaking away from reliance on extractive industries is critical for sustainable economic growth. Do we want to be a many products in one shop country or one product in many shops country? Can we focus on a few sectors, say tourism, banking, petroleum hub? This decision will clearly define our direction. And until it is made, we will make progress, but only at a slow pace as we transition into new industrial revolutions. How did we get there? The muddy and rough path. And this leads me to my recommendation on the first P. People. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in order to drive Ghana's sustainable development, we must adopt aggressive implementation strategies and coordinated policies that focus on people transformation and inclusivity. The education system must address its misalignment with future demands. It will interest you to note that a 2019 publication by the World Bank entitled Youth Employment Programs in Ghana, Options for Effective Policy Making and Implementation, shows that only 40% of Ghanaian youth possess skills required by employers and businesses. This mismatch between education and job market poses a significant obstacle to achieving goals 4 and 8 of the SDGs, which seek to address quality education as well as decent work and economic growth. We urge government to adopt an effective consultative approach and continue to invest significantly in STEM education as well as technical and vocational education and training. The current university programs need to focus on practical skills, innovation, and critical thinking. Much emphasis should be placed on students to pursue groundbreaking projects as it is on getting a first-class degree. Teaching basic skills such as building circuits or simple devices can build confidence and prepare students for the industrial revolution. Computer lessons, robotic clubs, and engineering teams should not be extracurricular activities at the basic and secondary levels. It should be the curriculum itself. Additionally, a scarce complement to the academic excellence is good character. Character is described as a set of desires and habits that reflect who a person truly is and is shaped by daily decisions rather than dramatic events. It's often inspired by role models and examples. And I asked them, who are your role models now? And I didn't want them to go for, I said, current role models. They struggled a bit. First of all, the media presents them role models that confuses them. And I think this must be addressed. Because all our brilliant ideas and recommendations will not be achieved if we are not a people of good character and do not practice patriotism. Madam Chair, I really love the UG example. Female chancellor, female vice chancellor, and I think we all need to clap for that. But Madam Chair, this has to spread. Goal 5 of the SDG requests a dispensation of gender equality by way of increased female representation in governance. In the latest and round 7 of the Ghana Living Standards Survey, the report indicated that the most formal sector working women are found in services and sales jobs in the organizations, while the managerial, professional, and technical occupations that projects one to leadership positions are dominated by men. In 2016, an independent study was also conducted by the International Finance Corporation, IFC, and the Swiss Secretariat for Economic Affairs, with the objective of ascertaining the gender dynamics and challenges confronting the elevation of women to boardrooms in private and public institutions. These are the key findings the study found. It will interest you to note that 1. The proportion of women to total boardroom members is less than 26%. Secondly, only 6% of organizations have females as board chairpersons. Third, 49% of women who rise to board level positions are made to occupy non-executive positions. Madam Chair, this must change. The women can clap to that. Your Excellency, Madam Chair, these findings do not sit well with the Ghana Employers Association because we think the Ghanaian economy and business community are losing significant talent and diversity required for our sustainable development. So in 2019, the association partnered with its Norwegian counterparts to establish the Female Future Program, which is a flagship. And I'm happy to announce that we have, since its implementation, trained over 275 corporate females from various organizations across all sectors of the economy. And these are doing formidable things in the organization. We would also like to thank His Excellency the President for giving the first female Vice President in the person of Her Excellency Professor Jane Nano Opoku-Agyeman. We believe that this decision will inspire all females to aim for higher positions. Mama, thank you for opening the doors for my sister and my children. Planets. Much has been said over planets in this meeting. However, for me and for the organization, our collective disregard for the environment is reflected in the state of the Odo River and the Korle Lagoon. We go and tell the people in the village, please stop Galamsey, stop polluting the rivers. They come here and they see what we've done to the Odo River and the Korle Lagoon, and they're asking themselves, wait a minute, clean yours, we'll clean ours. A single piece of litter carelessly discarded in any part of Accra eventually finds its way into the water bodies, which requires millions of dollars to be sealed every year. I saw a 1934 advert where it was advertising a regatta on the Korle Lagoon in Accra. And I asked myself, so, like as we say locally, did we go or did we come? Madam Chair, the Odo River and the Korle Lagoon hold similar recreational and ecological benefits as the River Thames in London, the Seine River in Paris, or the Hudson River in New York. To reap these benefits, we need to enforce our environmental laws and change our attitude towards our environment. Also, my perspective on Galamsey can only be described as a type of deferred genocide. There's no other way to put it but to end this, however painful it may be. Peace and prosperity are separated, but at the Employers Association, we see it as one. Peace is a collective feeling that we are all in this effort together, that we each own a piece of Ghana. It involves creating opportunities for individuals, irrespective of their background or ethnicity, with fairness and transparency. This fosters hope and dispels doubt, cultivating a sense of belonging. It reassures everyone in the nation that the pursuit of sustainable development is a common and unified objective. The ILO 1990 Philadelphia Declaration states that poverty everywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere. To bring it further home, Ojuntufo Kwame Ampedu of Blessed Memory used to say, achieving genuine prosperity goes beyond material wealth. It involves the well-being of the entire community. Madam Chair, a person whose wealth does not positively impact society is a very poor person indeed and a liability to the society. Madam Chair, let me state that the proposal and the idea to elect metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives to the organization will add significant value to the local government administration and overall development of the country. In addition to this, we need to ensure that traditional authorities are given a profound role in the administration of our metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies. In this way, we will build a resilient Ghana where the bottom and the top represent the people and can be mobilized for development. Madam Chair, in order not to sound like a pessimist, I am actually very positive about Ghana. In conclusion, I still have 2 minutes left, and I would like to perform the last 2 minutes of my message. And if you like, please join me in. I have a quartet here that will start. Quartet, can we go? If you're Ghanaian, you can sing this song. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know with Him we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, and the road will be muddy and rough. Madam Chair, thank you very much. We will make the Odo River navigable again. We will swim in it again, and we will hold regattas there again. Thank you for your attention. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adusa Akodie. Thank you. I am happy to announce that I am a proud alumna of the Female Future Program, the FFP program, and we are very grateful for the initiative, Dr. Adusa Akodie. God bless you. We now move to the second keynote address. To be delivered by Dr. Santos Sube, founder and chairman of the Indian Society for Electronics and Computer Technology, ISECT. Please let's receive Dr. Sube with a loud round of applause.
So good morning, Ghana, and wish you all a very happy new year. Madam Chair, Your Excellency, Madam Vice President, wish you a very happy new year, and congratulations for making a history. There's a slight change. Mr. Santosh Chobe, who is the chairman of our organization and who was supposed to be over here, due to some medical emergencies, he has underwent a surgery and he could not make it over here. So my name is Rajat Chaturvedi and I represent the same organization and I would be just backfilling it on his behalf. Thank you so much, ma'am. So firstly, this is a proud moment for us and it's really an honor for us to be standing over here and being allowed to share the dais with such dignitaries and definitely the dignitaries sitting over here. Just to give you a little brief about what we are and what we have been doing, ISECT is an organization that was formed in 1985. So it's been about 4 decades now wherein we have been operative. Now, our operations is primarily into skills and into education. Now, when we talk about skills and education, that's one of the primary SDGs that is there across the globe today. Creating employments, cutting down on the poverties, having the quality education, everything comes and boils back to the skills that can be given to the students. And that is definitely, that's going to help them out in terms of creating a difference and a difference for them too in their lives. Because end of the day, they are the ones who are going to be the bread earners for their families. At ISECT in India, when we talk about our network, currently we are operative in almost every state of the country. We have around 30,000 plus skill centers. Just to throw some numbers, till date we have been able to train skill around 2.8 million students who have been trained by us. And it is just not the skilling part of it, but the skilling part ends when I'm able to get them an employment. So when we talk about that, the numbers, about 1.4 million students is what that we have been able to get employed, based on the skills what we could deliver to them. Thank you. So when we talk about this number, which is 1.4 million, this is just
Hello.
So when we talk about this number 1.4 million, this 1.
Hello.
I'm sorry for that. So when we talk about this number of 1.4 million, this number is just not the employments created. But if you look at the other way around, this is 1.4 million smiles that we could give. This is 1.4 million of sustainable families that we could create, because these are the guys who are eventually now the bread earners in their families, and they're supporting their families, and they're doing it well. Now, when we talk about the other part of it is that it's not always the skilling that can create an employment, but there can be an entrepreneurship as well. So there have been multiple set of EDP programs, which is entrepreneurship development programs that we have been conducting across the globe. And it's absolutely a proud moment for us when we say that we were able to create more than 50,000 entrepreneurs that had around 50% of women entrepreneurs. While we talk about these women entrepreneurs, that is nothing but the women empowerment what we are talking about. And as my fellow speaker just mentioned before me, there can be nothing bigger as an example of a women empowerment what we see on this stage today. So in the same lines, we have been able to create these women entrepreneurs, and these are the people who are actually going and working alongside with the men, and they are earning well. So that is a strength that we could provide. So this has been a journey for ISEC for last 4 decades, almost 40 years. We would be completing 40 years this July 2025. So in our journey with ISEC, this is what that we have been doing. So now if we just have to look at our numbers, we just have to look at our associations. We have been working in almost every part of the country, and now we are working in Ghana, we are a part in Tanzania, we are a part in Kenya, we are a part in Sri Lanka, and we are a part in Middle East. So with all our expertise and experience, what we have gained in last 4 decades is what that we are now bringing in, and we're just trying to make things better or be a value addition to whatever that we can do for a place. Now, as an example, as a matter of fact, last 2 years we have been having our students who were a part of the World Skills Championships, and there have been winners as well. So that in itself was an aspiration for us, that if my Indian student can be a winner at a World Skills Championship, why not my Ghanaian student? Why not my Tanzanian student? So with that, we started working with a lot of permutations and combinations and understand that what is a need of an hour, which is in line with the SDG goals that the Ghana government has made it as a mandate. So now when we talk about the SDG goals, the 4 major goals what currently Ghana government is working on is, the one is definitely the gender equality. Secondly is the quality education. Third is reduction of the poverty. So the previous, all the numbers what I just mentioned, if you look those numbers holistically, are all the numbers which are in line with working on these particular SDGs, because we are willing to create women entrepreneurs. We are trying to have a skilled education. We are trying to have the vocationalization of the education, so that this is just not the education part, but there is an education with a skill that gets you the employment and that gets you the possibility of getting employed much more faster. So with all these aspirations is where that we had been in discussions with University of Ghana, and thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am, that we were given an opportunity that where we associated with University of Ghana, because we had a clear understanding that these are the synergies, these are the thoughts for us and for them that match, and they are very much alike. So with the help of University of Ghana team, we are now currently working on certain propositions which is gonna work out on a lot of these particular SDG goals, and we will definitely be a part in terms of achieving those particular numbers, what the government aspires to be done over here. Last but not the least, there have been certain interventions that we have been talking about, and when we talk about SDG as a subject, this is nothing but inclusivity. We have to be a lot of inclusions that needs to be created. There have to be a lot of, I would say, the interactions that have to happen across borders. There are a lot of associations that needs to be done, and this is nothing but getting the best practices from across the globe that is of the use in the place itself that can be implemented and taken forward. So with all that aspirations, we have been working, we have been trying to get all those particular things in place and now bring it to Ghana and try to see if those are the things that can be applicable over here. The response for the last couple of years wherein we have been over here has been humongous. And let me put it this way, is that our research about the students in Ghana compared to the research about the students in India, the Ghanaian students were much more curious to learn. So they actually had the curiosity. They actually had that vigor that, yes, this is something that I would love to try. This is something that I would want to get my hands dirty on. This is something that I would want to learn and see if I can take that as a career option for me. So now with those particular aspirations, the way we look at it is that this is a plain canvas wherein, along with the association with education institution like UOG, there can be anything that can be drawn, painted, whatever we want to do. Why? Because there is no bottleneck from the other side. The students are willing to participate for it. The students are willing to take those chances and try to see if there are any better options that they can create for themselves. Now with those particular aspirations, Madam Chancellor, Madam Chair, just for an update, we have been working on certain propositions that is absolutely in line with the mandates that have been done by the government. And we're trying to see how our associations and interventions can be a value additions to those particular mandates rather than requesting the government to create a new mandate for us. So that's the biggest turn that we have been trying to work with this particular association. And to be very clear on this, when we had done our set of surveys with the students, when we went around the people, when we spoke to almost more than 100+ students, the response that came us was a real eye-opener for us, because as I said, there was no resistance. The students are willing and asking for it. So even if we were talking about a couple, students still had an option that, can you give me this beyond what you're already proposing? So I think that's where the inspiration of having a quality education, gender equality, employabilities, is what that started coming into our system. And that's where we started working with the University of Ghana and tried to put some propositions together. Parallelly, the other thing is that we have been trying to connect with a lot of industries so that we can have more employments being created. It is just not the skill and employability to be created, we need to create employments also. That in itself is a big task that we are definitely willing with the associations that we have to take it on us and see what best we can deliver out of that. So keeping all those particular things in mind and looking at these particular numbers, we see 2025 as a real, very active and a very exciting year for all of us. Before I close, there is a message that our Chancellor, who was actually supposed to be over here today, but he could not. So in his definition, I just want to read out his definition about what sustainability is. So sustainability is not just a commitment, but a transformative journey to empower communities, inspire innovations, and create a brighter future for generations to come. At ISECT, we embrace the Sustainable Development Goals as a framework to drive meaningful change through education, skill development, and inclusive growth, ensuring that no one is left behind. So that is something that has been the key changer, that has been the framework for ISECT as an organization to perform. And we felt the same that was with the UOG as well. And I think that was how that we got associated, and there is a lot more to come. So thank you so much, and thank you, ma'am, for giving us this opportunity to be over here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for extending the message from Dr. Shube. We are very grateful. Madam Chair, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we will now take a performance by Ms. Stephanie Ansah, a level 200 student from the School of Continuing and Distance Education. Please let's acknowledge Ms. Stephanie Ansah. That was very amazing, Stephanie. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to perform a very important role. The reason why we are here, to open the 76th Annual New Year School and Conference. We have our Vice President, the first female Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, representing His Excellency the President, to open the school. So with another round of applause, please let's welcome Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman to the podium.
Oh, please take your seat. It's already been announced that I'm representing the President, but since I've been here for a while, I just want to thank all of you for coming and let me know how much I've enjoyed being here. Not only is it because it's my first outing since I was inaugurated, and it has brought me to a home I'm quite familiar with, but I'm extremely happy to be in a context that I may describe as a laboratory of ideas. It's always exciting. So I'll go on directly to read his speech by seeking the permission of our beloved Chancellor, my schoolmate. No, I wasn't privileged to be in his class, but in her class, but the same school. The Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are gathered here. Please allow me to refer to the protocol. And if you have not been introduced or individually acknowledged, please consider yourself very special. Thank you very much. So I go on. I bring you warm greetings from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who was supposed to be here today, but is away by international duties. I'm pleased to stand in his stead. Let me continue by extending His Excellency's congratulations to the University of Ghana for the latest global ranking. Congratulations. I also wish to acknowledge the leadership of the Vice Chancellor and key management, staff, and students. We look forward to collaborating with you further to further the university's mission and by extension, contribute to the growth of our beloved country. In the same vein, I wish to express my gratitude to the School of Continuing Education, Distance Education 2, and the College of Education for continually providing a platform for constructive dialogue on national issues. For 76 years, this annual New Year School and Conference has been a space for innovative ideas and discussions that have influence on national policy and practice. I am happy to continue this tradition, and I look forward to seeing more of these discussions in the years to come. Last year, for instance, the annual year school highlighted the Digital Youth Hub project, an initiative aimed at equipping our youth with the digital entrepreneurial skills necessary for thriving in a 24-hour economy. It is crucial that we continue to invest in the capacity building abilities of our youth through innovative projects. Projects such as these ones will empower our youth in agriculture, entrepreneurship, information technology, and many areas. The theme of this year's conference attaining the 5 P's of sustainable development for a resilient Ghana, is timely and profoundly relevant. The 5 P's of sustainable development: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnerships, have been clearly articulated to guide development agenda, policies, and practices in our bid to attain the SDGs. Focusing on people is essential to ensure social inclusion, gender equity, and human rights. People-centered initiatives ensure that when we say no one is left behind, it's not just a cliche. We need to make viable investments, especially in our most vulnerable populations, in order to enable everyone to be a meaningful member of our society. The second P calls on us to protect our environment, to the responsible in our production, to be responsible in our production and consumption, and to ensure that we protect and restore our ecosystems. This reminds us of the huge task ahead of us as Ghanaians in reversing the degrading effects of Galamsey on our water bodies and on our soils too. We must all be committed to the task of sustaining our planet for generations to come. Prosperity refers to our ability as governments to reduce poverty and to ensure a certain level of economic independence for our citizens. Our government is committed to providing opportunities for the citizens to enjoy sustainable growth at all levels, economic and beyond. When we live in peace with ourselves, our neighbors, we build inclusive societies for sustainable development. Partnerships that are crucial for mobilizing resources, sharing knowledge, and implementing effective strategies are realized in a peaceful, inclusive communities. We, therefore, owe ourselves the onerous task of working hard to ensure that these pillars of sustainable development are clearly articulated to guide our developmental agenda. In Ghana, we face numerous challenges that threaten our ability to fully realize the potential of the 5 Ps. However, we must not allow these challenges to define us. Instead, we must focus on innovative solutions that can bring about meaningful change. For example, in the agricultural sector, the illegal mining activities and encroachment on wetlands pose both environmental and social risks. But there is hope. Through thoughtful, sustainable policies and serious collaborations between governments, the private sector, the local communities, we can overcome these challenges. It is true that Ghana's limited financial resources can sometimes feel like a barrier to progress. Yes, but this should not deter us. There is untapped potential in our local initiatives and opportunities for growth through strategic partnerships. We must tap into these opportunities and leverage technology and relationships between the public and private sectors to create lasting, transformative change. One of the greatest strengths of the Ghanaian people is their resilience. Even in the face of adversity, Ghanaians consistently rise above challenges and push forward with determination. This is the spirit that will guide us as we work to build a prosperous and a more resilient and an even more resilient Ghana. With the collective effort of all Ghanaians, we can and we will attain the 5 pillars of sustainable development or make huge progress towards it. The deliberations, discussions, and outcomes from this school and conference will play a role in shaping the national agenda as we work together to build the Ghana we all deserve. A Ghana that is equitable, prosperous, peaceful, united. On this note, Madam Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with pride and expectation that I declare the 76th Annual Year School and Conference officially opened. Thank you very much. You can take it.
Thank you. Please resume your seats. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Now, the school has been officially opened, and so we are free and at liberty to discuss, digest, and take home a lot of ideas to help us develop our country, Ghana. Let's give her another round of applause. Before we take the chairperson's closing remarks, I would like to acknowledge some more officials with us here. We have Dr. Mary Ewusi, Deputy Director of Civil Society Organizations. Please give us a wave. Madam Abba J. Opoku, Deputy Executive Director, Intelligence, YOCO. We also have our Pro-Vice Chancellors here with us. You haven't heard from them, but they are here with us. The Pro-Vice Chancellor with responsibility for research, innovation, and development, Professor Phyllis Ankuma Asante. Pro-Vice Chancellor with responsibility for academic and student affairs, Professor Gordon Awandari. And the Provost for the College of Education, Professor Samuel Niade Kujo. College of Education hosts this school, this annual New Year school. And we also have Professor Joseph Yaro, Provost of the College of Humanities, as well as Professor Sandro Mark Idana, Provost of the College of Basic and Applied Sciences. And we have members of the Planning Committee of the 76th Annual New Year School with us. Please, can you give us a wave wherever you are? And this includes the Dean of the School of Continuing and Distance Education, Professor Olivia Kwapon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm privileged to invite Mrs. Mary Chinwe Hesse, our Chancellor and Chairperson, to deliver the closing remarks. Let's acknowledge her.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Vice Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to sincerely thank each and every speaker for making time to be with us today and for your thought-provoking presentations on the theme for the 76th Annual New Year School and Conference. Madam Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, once again, a special thank you for making the time to join us here today and to open our conference. I cannot stop talking when you have taken the floor without recognizing the major achievement you have made by breaking a very important glass ceiling And I tell you that you are an inspiration for not just women in Ghana, but for all women. We are very lucky also that you will not forget this occasion, because it is your very first official function since you were made vice president. What I can add is that you are a good choice. And that tells me that my son, President John Dramani Mahama, has great taste in the right choice. The representative of Sir Santosh Chudley and Dr. Emmanuel Idusa Akodie, your keynote addresses this morning have set the stage for meaningful deliberations on the theme for the annual New Year School and Conference. I cannot but recognize the boss of NAT, because you took me right to Geneva, where I was Deputy Director General of the International Labour Organization. And I want to say that, especially with the crowd who followed you here, you have some intention. We have detected it. Yeah. The keynote addresses, you made very important point. And I want especially to refer to Dr. Emmanuel Idusa Akodie, who got us all singing. Thank you very much. You know how to grab attention, but in a very positive way. Continue. Thank you. But you have truly set the tone for this conference, which we are going to have on the theme for the annual New Year School and Conference. Your insights have been incredibly motivating, serving as a reminder of the potential that cooperation, networking, and information sharing have for both Ghana and Africa at large. It is important that in our collective stock-taking, we look at the 5 Ps: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership in the context of the past, the present, and the future, and towards meeting the Sustainable Development Goals. I trust that panelists and attendees will keep the momentum going, and that deliberations will generate ideas on how best to harness the 5 pillars, and also exploring innovative solutions and best practices towards using the 5 Ps to solve some of the issues that face us as a nation and as a continent. We owe this generation and future generations a collective commitment to work towards a renewed sense of purpose, a commitment to collective action, and a vision for a resilient Ghana. A Ghana where people thrive, as the planet prospers, peace prevails, and partnerships flourish. Let me add an important word of wishing the meeting, the conference, a successful an impactful annual New Year school and conference. I want to say that this particular conference has been held at a very critical time, and I trust everybody to give it the greatest of attention, the greatest of thought, and so that we can quote it as adding to the success of our country, Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I left out very key members. We have a host of our deans and directors here joining us for this program. Deans and directors here, please give us a wave. All deans and directors. I can see Prof. Bawule, Prof. Korte, and others. Thank you. And the Dean of International Programs as well. We also have University of Ghana members of council here representing. Council members, please, can you give us a wave? Thank you very, very much. We are very grateful. I'm happy to announce that we've been live on the UG Facebook page as well as the Daily Graphic Facebook page. At this point, please let's rise for the university anthem. Thanks very much. Please resume your seats. And let's now receive Mrs. Regina Afaribuatin, School Administrator at the School of Continuing and Distance Education, who will deliver the vote of thanks. Please let's receive her with a loud round of applause.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic, Chancellor of the University of Ghana, who also doubles as our chair, Vice Chancellor, University of Ghana, Ministers of State, University Management, University of Ghana Council members, Provosts, Deans, Directors, members of the Diplomatic Corps, esteemed traditional rulers, distinguished invited guests, faculty, staff, students, ladies and gentlemen. It is both a privilege and an honor for me to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your presence and participation in this momentous occasion. We are sincerely grateful to the Most High God for seeing us through the opening of yet another annual New Year School and Conference. Our profound appreciation goes to our special guest of honor, Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Your Excellency, thank you very much for gracing this event with your esteemed presence. Your vision and assured commitment to improving the economic development of our country inspires us. Your words today have not only elevated the significance of this gathering, but also ignited a renewed sense of purpose in each of us. We are grateful. I extend our sincere appreciation to the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana. To the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Mrs. Mary Chenry Hesse, for chairing the program. Madam Chancellor, you do this for us year after year, and we do not take it for granted. Thank you very much. Our special thanks go to the Vice Chancellor and senior management for their tireless efforts and visionary guidance, which are the pillars of our institution's growth and excellence. Thank you for creating an environment where innovation, learning, and inclusivity thrive. Thank you. We offer our sincere thanks to our distinguished keynote speakers, Sir Santosh Chobe, who is the founder and chairman of ISECT, although he wasn't here. We also thank the representative, and we also thank Dr. Emmanuel Edusa Kodie, Group Chairman of CDH Financial Holdings Limited, for the thought-provoking speeches. Thank you very much. We remain grateful to our partners for the 76th Annual New Year School and Conference, IDEC, NATS, GCB Bank, Ghana Chamber of Mines, Dara Salam Group of Companies, Tallinn University, Ministries of Foreign Affairs and Education in Estonia, and I'm glad to say that they are actually with us. They are following us online. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our deep appreciation goes to members of the corporate advisory team of the Annual New Year School and Conference for their unflinching support. We are equally grateful to the Registrar of the University of Ghana and her office, as well as the Director of Public Affairs and her team for the support we continue to receive from them. Thank you very much, Madam. Your Excellency, Madam Chair, permit me to acknowledge the hard work put into the organization of the 76th Annual New Year School and Conference by the Planning Committee, whose hard work behind the scenes has made this event a success. Planning Committee, your attention to detail and seamless coordination are remarkable. Thank you very much. A big thanks go to the Provost of the College of Education, Professor Samoni Adekujo, and the College Registrar, Mr. Joseph Ojo-Nkansa, for the unflinching support. I'm glad to say that whenever we put our requests in, the Provost, supported by the College Registrar, attends to our requests immediately. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Professor Olivia Kwapong, the Dean of the School of Continuing and Distance Education, for your leadership and direction. The Executive Director of the Annual New Year School and Conference, Dr. Andrew Doche, the Director and Co-Director of the Annual New Year School and Conference, Dr. Simon Peter Aheto, and Dr. Ama Edumafo. Thank you very much for all the efforts you continue to put into the Annual New Year School and Conference. We register our appreciation to all government officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and all other invited guests for honoring us with your presence. I can't end without expressing our gratitude to members of the university community, university officials, faculty, staff, alumni, and students. Thank you all for your time. I take this opportunity to thank all participants of the 76th Annual New Year School and Conference for registering to be part of this year's school and conference. Without you, there won't be any conference. Thank you very much. Before I leave, I would like to say that Dr. Edu Sarkodie, it may be long, it may take a long time, but heaven knows that we will get there. Once again, thank you all very much, and see you at the conference.
Thank you very much, School Administrator Mrs. Afari Boateng. Before we take the national anthem, there are a few things. We will do group photographs when we recess, but there is one particular group photograph we want to have on our records. So at this point, I'll invite our photographers to come up front, and we'll do a group photograph of. You realize that at the beginning of everything, we saw there was a proliferation of first female officials with us. So we want to have them on our records. So we'll take a group photograph of them before we descend to take some more group photographs. So please conduct us. Thank you very much. Thank you. Graphic Corporation, I would like to extend an appreciation to you for being our media partner over the years. Thank you very much. You are always responsive to us for all our programs, including the annual New Year School and Conference, and we are very grateful. As well as to all our media partners, we are really appreciative of your participation in our programs. Before we take the national anthem, I have a few announcements. The conference continues at the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE, which is down the hill. It's close to, it's at where the mathematics department is, for those of you who are new. It's at where the mathematics department is. Mathematics department is a very popular place as well as ISE itself. So just find out where the mathematics department is, and then you find your way to ISE, which is also close to the School of Law and School of Engineering Sciences. We have UG souvenirs on sale. We have calendars, monthly planner, as well as other souvenirs from UG. And they are on sale at the forecourt of the Great Hall. Please patronize our souvenirs. We invite all key partners as well as special invited guests to join the platform party at the VC's Lodge after here. For the order of recession, we'll have the platform party recess, and then the others follow row by row, and then we'll converge down there for group photographs. Thank you very much. At this moment, I invite us all to rise for the national anthem, led by the Ghana Police Service. We shall remain standing for the platform party to recess.